Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Sup, LumioseStation, I'm SkywardWing, and I'm here with a Pokémon X&Y Wi-Fi battle. I was thinking about doing this for a long time, and I finally built up the courage to do it. My first ever Wi-Fi battle in such a long time, and I'm really looking forward to it because I want to jump into this big, lovable community that seems to be the PokeTubers. So here is my first step into doing that. I ended up battling this trainer called Serena. She was a very talented trainer. And the battle, I think this is the closest I've ever had a battle. She sends out her Kingdra, I end up sending out my Tentacruel. First I end up starting off with setting up his Toxic Spikes because I don't want to deal with this, but then she ends up sending a Dragon Dance, so I get really scared. I'm like, oh no, she's about to destroy me right now, but I remember, Tentacruel's really bulky, I shouldn't really have to worry about that, so I end up setting up a Toxic Spikes, not having to worry about this giant thing. This monster that that Kingdra is. He has to go for an Outrage. I'm a little scared, but I do end up eating that pretty well, but not well enough for me to end up setting up another Toxic Spike, so I end up going for a Toxic, because I know I don't really have anything that can take this out directly. All I can do is stall, and hopefully get it to poison down a little more and more, so I end up getting a Leftovers up. I know it's still not going to really help, not Leftovers, Black Sludge. I know it's not really going to help, but it's the best I can do for now. I end up going for a Protect, so I can get a little more poison damage in. And then she ends up going for the Outrage again. She's kind of locked in it, so it's pretty much a benefit for me. Go for another Protect as the poison ends up bringing her down. I'm a little worried because I don't think it's going to end up going off, but it ends up doing it, and I'm yes, because, you know, the more you use Protect, the less effective it is. So she goes for another Outrage, protects, and now more Leftovers. And I know there's nothing really left I can do. There's no way in how I'm going to go for another Protect. I got enough poison damage off of it, so I just end up getting rid of my Tentacruel because there's nothing left for me to do. It goes for an Outrage, and goodbye, Tentacruel. You did your job, and I love you. You're the best, and you look great as a shiny. So there it goes, 5 to 6 already. I'm not off to a very good start, but I end up sending out my... We'll see in a bit. As soon as the poison ends up going through, I end up sending out my Feraligatr. I know for a fact this thing is pretty bulky, so I should have no problem at all. So I end up going for a Swords Dance while it goes for the Outrage. I get a little worried because I'm like, maybe the Outrage will actually kill me, but then, nope. I end up living that, and I get the Confuse up. The Confuse from the Outrage. I go for a Swords Dance, and now I'm pretty much good. I could probably sweep. I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be a good fight. I am good. The poison ends up bringing it down to red health, and I know I can get rid of this if I end up going for an Aqua Jet. No problem at all. Goodbye, Sheldon. Very good, Kingdra. Goodbye. It was a crit too, which kind of pisses me off because it was super unnecessary, and I'm like, oh crap, I watch me need a crit at like the worst possible time too. And she ends up going for a Genesect, aka Genocide, go for the download, but I end up going for an Aqua Jet. The Aqua Jet doesn't end up killing it though, and that kills me on the inside because I'm like, yeah, look how fast and it lives for like a little bit. Goes for a Thunder, I pray for it to miss, but it sadly doesn't, and goodbye for Alligator. Well, there goes my sweeping plan because, damn it. This is not looking good for my part, but then the Genesect doesn't seem too bad, so I end up going for my Politoed to set up the rain. Maybe I can hit it with an Ice Beam or something just to get rid of that little bit of damage or anything. I Hydro Pump, really anything. I don't go for the Hydro Pump though, I do end up going for the Ice Beam, but she ends up switching out into her Tyranitar to try and get out of my rain, which isn't good for me. I should have probably saw this prediction considering I did see she had a Tyranitar. But I do get the poison up from the Toxic Spikes, and I'm like, oh, okay, Sandstream, that's oh, crap. So, I go for the Ice Beam. This isn't going to do anything to this Tyranitar, so I'm like, crap, what do I do? What do I do? But I do end up getting hit with Sandstorm, and I do end up, I think I switch out. Do I switch out? I don't remember. Or maybe I go straight for the Hydro Pump. No, I do switch out. I end up going into my Gooby! Gooby is life. Hashtag Gooby is life. So, Tyranitar ends up Mega Evolving. I end up going for the Rain Dance because I'm trying to get rid of the Sandstorm because I know this thing's going to pretty much destroy everything. Gooby isn't the best physical tank, so I know I'm just trying to build up the Rain Dance here. But I do end up living the Crunch, but barely. Holy crap, barely. I'm like, oh, and then the Sandstorm buffs me, and I'm like, oh crap, that's it. Gooby's dead. But I do end up living with 19 HP. So, he ends up switching out. I do end up going for the Rain Dance to get rid of this thing, though. So I'm not really too worried, but oh my god, this Chansey is the devil. Chansey, why are you so bulky? You're so freaking bulky. It's ridiculous. I end up going for the Rain Dance to get rid of the Sandstorm. Which I'm like, okay, I'm off to a good start here. I should be pretty good. The poison ends up getting off, but then this stupid thing ends up using aromatherapy. I do end up going for Dragon Pulse still. I know it's not going to do really anything, but I don't really have an option because Gooby did his job. He ended up getting rid of the Sandstorm. Yep, he ends up going for she ends up going for aromatherapy, and I'm like, oh crap, what the hell am I gonna do? I can't really poison it either unless I switch out into my, I think Politoed has Thunder. I'm not 100% sure about that. But the Thunder, boom! Parallax? No, I'm like, Parallax? Really? Anything would help. She ends up going for the Thunder Wave, but I do have Hydration as my ability for my Goodra, so I'm not really worried about it. Gooby! Yeah, let's go. And Hydration gets rid of that paralysis. And I go for a Sludge Wave, hoping for a poison something. I know it's going to go for aromatherapy anyway, but I'm slowly trying to chip this thing away. She ends up going for another Thunder Wave. I was like, why? I don't really know. Maybe she didn't really have anything else to do. But, Hydration ends up doing its thing again. Hydration ends up doing its thing again. She finally switches out, and now she goes back out into her mucus, her own Gooby. I just love saying Gooby. But I do end up getting the poison off. I believe the ability for this one is Sap Sipper. I'm not 100% sure because it seems fine, but I know I'm not going to outspeed this thing. My, Goodra isn't made to outspeed, so I'm like, oh crap, what the hell am I going to do here? I'm just going to have to get rid of Goodra. Goodra did its job. Gooby, rest in peace, man. You did the best, and I love you. So that KOs my Goodra, and I'm slowly dying on the inside because of how much the special connection me and Gooby have, so I'm just like, oh no. Oh man. But I end up going out into my Queendra, which you will see in a bit. So my beautiful Kingdra, shiny Kingdra, which I nicknamed Queendra because she is the freaking bomb. Even though the rain's not out, we went for all rules, like anything's available, so she could have gone out with anything, so I went with my Swift Swim Kingdra because I love it with life. So I end up going for the Draco Meteor. I know that Goodra is a very special defensive Pokemon, so I'm like, holy crap, what the hell am I going to do? I know it's probably not going to kill it, but I can get enough damage off of it. But my special attack ends up lowering because of the Draco Meteor. But he goes for Thunderbolts. I know I can pretty much handle that. I should be good. Goes for Leftovers. But I do end up going for a Dragon Pulse on the next turn because I'm a little worried about this thing. I know the poison's not going to really kill it, but get enough to red health. Now, Dragon Pulse gets rid of this thing, no problem at all. Goodbye, your Gooby. Not your Gooby, your Goodra. Gooby is the one and only mine. I'm sorry, Serena. You can't have a Gooby. Oh man, but she ends up going out for her. Oh, this thing, the X-Cloud. Oh my god. First off, Boom Burst is the fucking monster. I'm not even gonna lie. I end up switching out into my Rotom Wash. Boom Burst, yeah, Boom Burst is not nice. Boom Burst does a massive amount of damage, and I end up almost losing my Rotom Wash right then and there because of the, I live with 4 HP. That's fantastic, first off. She ends up switching out to her Chansey, so I end up going for the Hydro Pump. I didn't predict it was going to switch at all, but I know for a fact that she was going to end up going for the Aromatherapy next turn, which you will see in a bit to get rid of that poison, because the poison could be a real problem to that Chansey. But I know she's going to go for the Aromatherapy, so I end up going for a Will-O-Wisp. Oh, I end up going for Pain Split, not Will-O-Wisp. I end up going for Pain Split, get some of my HP back, and then, now she goes for the Aromatherapy, and then I end up going for the Will-O-Wisp to try and get rid of this Chansey. This Chansey is a freaking monster! Oh my god, I hate it so much. Oh, man. So here we go. Will-O-Wisp, and then I think I end up going for the Volt Switch afterwards. I like how I'm out-predicting myself even before it happens in the battle. I'm new to this Pokemon thing, so bear with me a little bit. Alright, goes for a Seismic Toss. I know for a fact it's not going to kill me. I live with 3 HP! Oh my god, Rotom, you are literally a monster, and I love you. You are the best. I end up going for a Volt Switch, because there's nothing really else I can do here, and I get rid of this bulky Chansey. You have to go, my friend. You're terrible and bulky. Just stop. Alright, so I end up switching back out into my Politoed, my Cotton Candy Politoed, so the Drizzle could come out. But I think she's going to end up going for the Tyranitar again to get rid of the Drizzle, because, yeah, I know for a fact she does not want that around. Then again, I don't know if Mega Tyranitar... Yeah, I think it does. Mega Tyranitar does have Sandstream as its ability as well, so I end up going for an Ice Beam, but she ends up going for a Thunder. And I'm like, oh no, goodbye Politoed, You've served me well. It's been fun, but no, bulky as fuck Politoed. And then I go for an Ice Beam, and goodbye, Genocide. Looks like Genocide got Genocide here. I'm sorry, that was terrible. But I think things are looking well in my favor. She's down to at least 2 more Pokemon, this being her mighty X-Cloud. I hate this thing with a passion. Oh my god. So she ends up going for the Boom Burst, and I know for a fact I am not going to live that at all. So Politoed, you did well. I love you. You're the bomb, and I'm a little worried right now. I know the rain's up, though, so I end up going for my Queendra, because I know for a fact I can kill this thing no problem at all with the Hydro Pump or anything. But actually, I do end up going for my Queen Dress here. There I go, out predicting myself again. I end up sending out my Rotom Wash, but it ends up getting killed by the Boom Burst. Boom Burst is no joke. And there goes an unnecessary crit again. Oh man, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. I am pretty much down to my last Pokemon here. I end up going to my Queendra, my mighty powerful super duper purple Queendra. And go for the Hydro Pump, and goodbye. I think that kills it. If it doesn't, I would cry myself to sleep every night. No, but it does end up killing it, and we're good now. We're down to one last Pokemon each. This is where things get a little bit crazy. Things made me... I lost my mind when I saw this. I could not believe my... It was insane. The Sandstream isn't going out, which means my Swift Swim ability is not effective anymore. I end up going for the Hydro Pump. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill it because I was able to outspeed it without the Swift Swim. And it lives with a little bit of HP, and I die on the inside because he goes for a crunch. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna die. It's over, no. But I end up living with 11 HP and with the Sandstorm with 2 HP. And the poison ends up killing it. And that is game GG, the closest battle I've ever had in my life. If you guys enjoyed this battle, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel where I will have future battles coming soon. Or if you guys like me that much, leave it in the comments below. Maybe LumioStation can have me as a conductor. Thanks for watching, guys.